Welcome to a xanderK presentation that I am making sure is working, and it is fantastical. Alright, so welcome to this xanderK gaming presentation. I'm coming to you with a replay cast, actually, of one of the GSL games that went on this past week. Obviously, Honcast and Complexity Cast and Coldcast can only do so many games. I looked into possibly doing one. It's been a long time since I've done any shoutcasts, and I've been streaming a lot lately, trying to do it every weekday. And I thought casting at least a game a week would fit in really nicely, especially with my background. And I looked into it and looked at some of the games, and this seemed like it would be a really good one to go into. Obviously, Lion is a great team, one that has a lot of history in the scene and a lot of respect over the last few months. Considered a top 5 team by pretty much everyone. And we also have here QSQ. Well, it's formerly QSQ 777. So they are now known as Justice League, or DCX. DC being DC Comics. Aha, yeah, you get it. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this matchup, talk about it. I am solo casting, so don't expect any crazy insight. Just gonna try and do some play-by-play commentating, and hopefully you guys have a good time watching it. My shit is bugged a little bit, but we do have the bands and the locks coming out here. Actually, also fun note, this will be my first lockpick cast, so gasp, a little bit crazy. So our bands coming out here, we have Parasite, Moon Queen, and Ophelia, and Keeper of the Forest from Legion and Hellborn, respectively. Pretty common bands. Obviously, Moon Queen, the flavor, not even the flavor of the month, just one of those new dominant heroes. You're going to see her getting banned a lot, just because she's one of the only heroes that, given the farm, will win any game, pretty much. And that's why you see her banned out a lot. And we got the locks coming out. We have Tempest, the first lock from Hanskin over on Lion, followed by Master of Arms. Those are the two that you are not seeing on my screen here. And then we have Pharaoh, Pebbles, Hammerstorm, and Torturer. A lot of CC in that lock pool, not a lot of jungle. Obviously, we did see 3 junglers banned out here in the blind banning phase, and we do have one Tempest who can jungle, of course. But for the most part, just a lot of CC, and a lot of that initiation kind of abilities coming out in this lock pool, which is very interesting. You're going to see, as a result, a very aggressive game. Bands coming out as well. Draconis, we talked about Moon Queen before. Another similar hero, given the farm, is going to win a game for you. A lot of teams don't like that kind of, like, if it reaches this point, then we lose type of mentality. You're seeing a lot more teams switch over to the kind of SG style of play, which is a really aggressive approach to the game, looking to get a good mid-game lineup. And that's why you see a lot of things like Pebble. Well, I mean, Pebbles you always see, but you see Pebbles play a lot more in a farming role. You see a lot of Wretched Hag, because those are heroes that peak in the mid-game, and they find they're able to not only find kills, but still be effective, even going into a late-game scenario. So you're going to see Wretched, and well, I'll finish off the band. So we had Draconis, Wild Soul, another hero who, Silhouette, another hero, Engineer, Plague Rider, and Fade, to finish off the bands for these two teams. Fade is another one of those heroes that you just see hit their stride, and Deadwood as well. This is kind of what the Han metagame is turning into. You're seeing it shift into this really aggressive mid-game strategies, which is really exciting, in my opinion. It's something that we've, as Han fans, have all been looking forward to for a long time, since, the carry meta really started probably about a year ago. But we are seeing Wretched Hag be the first pick here for Lion. DC, or Justice League, it's going to take me a minute to get that, but Justice League responding with Deadwood, Glacius. Deadwood, that Deadwood and Rally, which we may see get picked up here by Lion. Two of those heroes that have really started to see their time on the scene, started to see a lot of play. And again, really exciting heroes to watch, and definitely make their presence felt in the mid game. Especially, I do love seeing Rally, because he can be played in, he can be useful in so many different circumstances. Obviously, that push, such a great ability for saving saving supports, saving heroes that might not otherwise make it out. Obviously, a tablet's great, but you can only push them in one direction. This, you have all this possibilities for saving people. It makes it really cool. So there's that Rally and the Aluna pickup as well. Sorry. So there's the Rally and the Aluna pickup. Aluna, obviously, another one of those top tier heroes, really making your presence felt. It is interesting, though, because that does leave them kind of needing that Master of Arms. I mean, they can play Torturer as a second support type of thing. Well, I guess they don't need it, but they will need something like a Tempest, which I think you will see them pick up. But then on Justice League, you do see them pick up Legionnaire, which is an interesting selection. I assume they guessed that line was going to go with their Tempest as the first pick, which I'm pretty sure is what we'll see. But if they go for that Tempest, that leaves them without a jungler, and thus behind a little bit in a little bit of a mismatch as far as the lanes go. And Legionnaire helps them with that, and obviously provides them with another nice mid-game aggressive hero, and one that is kind of in the middle. Well, we do see Master of Arms picked up here, so we'll see Torturer and what picked up from Justice League. So we got another aggressive hero in Torturer, a hero that can be played as a second support, as well as that kind of like two-role, not your main farmer, but still, a focus and trying to get a lot of aggression out. So that's what Justice League is looking for here. Obviously, Master of Arms on the other side is going to be playing that second support role, or he could be playing the carry role as well, but that is kind of a lot of farm to go around. Wretched Hag and Rally obviously do need their share to be able to be effective. Master of Arms, if you're going to play him in a carry role, needs quite a bit of farm to be effective. The last pick coming out from Justice League was Pharaoh, so they're leaving themselves in a really just like, look at the initiation on the side of the Hellborn team. Pharaoh, Legionnaire, Deadwood, and a ton of follow-up. Obviously, Torturer, tons of AoE damage. Going to be really difficult to fight them in the mid-game, in that early to mid-game phase. Obviously, Deadwood, once he gets 6, becomes a problem, but that's the same deal with Pharaoh, same deal with Legionnaire. Love that already at the same time, but there's that Tempest pickup from Lion. So Lion's going to be running that Tempest, and we have Legionnaire as well, going to be run in the jungle by Justice League. Don't mind Saint Tracks. So it looks like the teams are going to be ready and going to be hopping into the game in just a second. Here's the countdown, and let's check this out. I'm going to be really bad at camera because, again, it's been like a year and a half since I shoutcasted, so I guess deal with it. I don't know what else to say. But I am really interested to see how Justice League plays this game out. I'm a really big fan of their team. Like we talked about, SG style lineups is what we're starting to see from teams, and this is an SG lineup. Outside of the Legionnaire, which is something we don't always see, you see something like Swindlemelons on Deadwood. You see that. Oh geez, that was special looking. You see that Swindlemelons on Deadwood. You see a Slicks on Torturer, and that's the type of thing that we see a lot. Outside of a Chessie, well, I guess Chessie can play Saint Trox's role as well, but not always. Usually something more supporty. We're going to see the Lion team head up here, try and get a ward block down. There is the courier up here, so they're going to see that. Got to put the shield on that. There we go. Gets the shield up. Going to hide over the trees. Of course, Deadwood can just cut those trees down, but a little bit dangerous with that courier, but going to be fine. Lion is up here looking, maybe to try and get in here, place that ward. That's what they're looking for. And they are going to actually push back Justice League, and they are going to be able to get this ward up. And they get it up, get some nice sight as well. We'll see if Justice League decides to counter this. Because you got to remember, they also have this guy over here, Legionnaire. Obviously, he's not going to need this camp right away. He's going to mainly be focusing in this camp. And by the way, if you've ever warded a the easy camp against the Legionnaire. You just want to like kill yourself as a Legionnaire. It's just so awful. But the lanes are going to be forming up here. Looks like we're going to see Wretched Hag bottom, presumably solo, Tempest in the jungle, Master of Arms mid with a Luna support, and then we're going to have Rally, maybe Rally solo top, betting on a solo lane, but he's going to get Deadwood Glacius, and as a result going to get absolutely nothing top lane. Not really sure how he's going to deal with that. But this middle lane is going to go really well for Lions. Master of Arms Luna against a solo Torturer at the moment. He is going to get support from Legionnaire occasionally from the jungle, but it's not going to be so major that he is able to do much in this lane. He's going to be able to sit back on the top of his ridge here, get some denies, maybe a few last hits, but you don't want to get too close to this lane because it will make you pay, and you'll see heroes die very quickly as a result. So we're actually seeing Glacius stack a little bit for Legionnaire here at the start of the game. Legionnaire getting a lot of farm all built up right here. This is going to be really effective for him. He gets the stack on the easy camp as well. 3 double stacks for Saintrox. That's going to start him off really well. So Deadwood and Rally at the top lane here. Going to go one-on-one. Rally leveling up a little bit later than probably expected. He's level 2 behind Deadwood. Probably a little bit cautious at the beginning because he was afraid of Glacius. Glacius now is going to go mid with Torturer, and now we have a bit of a better lane for Torturer. Torturer is level 2 already, going to be going up against, again, Master of Arms and a Luna. But now he's got his Glacius buddy, and that makes it a little bit easier for him to survive in the lane. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him. But that leaves Deadwood and Rally, the 2 heavy hitters, going solo lane against each other in the top. Another really interesting lane. Obviously, Deadwood always gets that advantage because of that uproot ability. And having that tree, makes it so difficult to last hit against him. Rally, does have that advantage of the compel. He is going to be able to get away from Deadwood whenever he wants. But it does not make it easy for him to, get the farm that he needs in the top lane. But obviously, the main interest is going to be this Flensmeister playing this Master of Arms right here. Master of Arms going to be played as a carry in this matchup. Obviously, is middle. And Torturer played in a similar way. But already at the beginning here, we see 9-3 from Master of Arms against a 5-3 Torturer. That extra, minute or so at the beginning did help him out a lot. Wretched Hag taking a little bit of damage from the illusions and the snipe from Pharaoh, pushing him back a little bit. But this is a lane that Wretched Hag can and probably will win. Obviously, Pharaoh's only level 3. Those illusions helped out a little bit, but the harass is going to come out onto Hag here. Take a little bit of damage from the Hellflower and a little bit more from the illusions. But obviously, she's got plenty of regen. She's got those boots already. She's got a lot, to keep her in this lane and do a really great job against this Pharaoh. Pharaoh's got his boots already as well. He's going to have to get away from nonsense from Wretched Hag. He's using his illusions well to keep Hag out of the lane, or at least away from him, so that he can get as many last hits as possible. Currently, he's sitting at 13-1 against Hag's 11-2. So he's doing really well against Hag so far, and Hag's dropping really low. These illusions, shows how much of a difference that getting, one rune can make to a lane. It really, really can change the complexion of a lane and make it very difficult for someone to deal with a hero that they might otherwise not have had trouble with. So they're trying to slow down Pharaoh here. Tempest looking to come in for a gank, but not able to. Going to push him back. Obviously, that Haunt, so effective against a hero like Pharaoh. Hag going to come back in, try and get some last hits. But looks like the action continues mid lane. Still a little bit of a level advantage thanks to that Glacius coming in a little late. But that jungler is doing so much work for... Justice League. He's going to get this charge, and he's going to roll on in here on Master of Arms. Going to get the charge off. Does not have taunt, but he does have the execute, the decapitate, and he's going to use it and get that bloodlust kill on Flensmeister. Torture in a little bit of trouble as well. Trying to get away from Luna. Luna does not have that power snipe up for another 4 seconds. Obviously hit him before with it, so unable to get the kill. Unable to get any more kills. Does cancel the health potion, and that is a big deal. But she does have a haster, and she's going to run on back to base over here. Meanwhile, let's check out Tempest. Tempest sitting right now at 25-1 in the jungle, 265 GPM. Not anywhere near this Legionnaire. Of course, we just talked about him getting the Bloodlust kill, but he did get those double stacks at the beginning. 3 double stack camps. Obviously, Legionnaire is one of those heroes that succeeds so much by getting, that early farm. And a really great start for a Legionnaire can really snowball and change the tide of a game. And he does. He's going to get another double stack here. Skeleton Kings. What's he going to end up with? And he's going to get Vagabonds as well. So another good set there for him. But he's going to keep rolling. He's at 375 GPM. He was over 400 a few seconds ago, and that is really impressive. Hag's still taking a little bit of abuse in the bottom lane. She's in a situation right now where even though she's winning the lane in experience, she is also ahead in GPM and last hits, but she's kind of in a precarious position. Obviously, I don't think Pharaoh's going to get a lot of help down here at the beginning of the game, but you know, if he does get he just got a bottle. Okay, never mind. So with a bottle, Hag's going to be pretty much fine in this lane, even with some aggressiveness coming out from the Hellborn side, which you probably won't see as a result of the other lanes. But Hag trying to, going to keep Pharaoh out, going to make sure that he doesn't get what he needs. But Pharaoh, with that level 6, with that Wrath of the Pharaoh, is going to be able to do a lot coming up in the near future with these team fights. Obviously, Deadwood hitting 6 as well, so is Rally, so we do have the Seismic Slam and the Deadwood Punch both available to those players, going to be using them on each other at the soonest opportunity that they can. Gonna roam down here, Torturer, pick up a regeneration rune. He also has a bottle as well that he just got delivered from the courier. So we're going to see maybe some aggressiveness. They are going to catch some Tempest replicates over here, some elementals, but not much going out after that. Tempest choosing to go bottle in the forest as well. He also has that Amulet of the Exiles. He's going to probably go for a Ring of Sorcery and pick up some more of that nice team mana regen going into the mid-game. Torturer is still in the middle lane here, getting some last hits. He's 20-8 right now. Master of Arms is not far behind, 19-10. Obviously, those extra 2 denies are going to help out a lot. So they are pretty much dead even with each other. Rally doing really well in the top lane here as well. He's sitting at 37-13. Those 13 denies are really surprising. That's a ton of difference with compared to the Deadwood. I mean, you just saw Deadwood hit 7 now. Rally's been 7 for quite a little bit now. And you see 33-6. Oh, here we go. Here's some action right here. Going to be the Deadwood Punch and the charge from Legionnaire going to get the kill as a result. The Compel did come out, so Saintrox does take a little bit of damage for his trouble, but that charge, obviously, going to level that up to level 3, does so much damage. One of the most underrated abilities, honestly. So effective, not only as an initiation tool, but as a damage tool, and as a farming tool in the early game. People neglect that additional effect on the Terrifying Charge, and that is the additional attack speed and minus attack damage that you get on anyone that gets hit by it. So, he charges into this creep camp. Not only are they attacking faster, but they're also doing less damage, and just makes it such an effective ability. Also got some nice ancient stacks coming on over here. We already have a triple stack ready for whoever wants to do it. I assume Torturer and Legionnaire actually would be the one to come and do it. But Legionnaire sitting at 417 GPM, over 600 experience per minute. Really impressive. Going to maybe try and get a gank here on Rally once again. Legionnaire is level 9, by the way. A miss Rotten Grass by Deadwood, so that's not going to happen. Rally still has a Seismic Slam available, and Deadwood is going to have his Deadwood Punch in about 10 seconds now. So that could be a point of action in the near future. This Legionnaire is just going to start literally being in everyone's face for the rest of the game. And there it is once again. He's going to drop in on Rally. The Compel trying to get away. Catapult's going to trach him here. Lightning Speed coming out from Master of Arms. That ultimate looks like it might save him, but Legionnaire, no, not going to have the charge in time. No support from middle as well as they continue to farm up against this Master of Arms, but good heads-up play from Flensmeister to save his teammate in Rally, because Rally was dead to rights if he did not get that extra speed boost there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, you see Tempest pushing with Wretched Hag and a Luna, and they're going to be getting this bottom lane tower. Pretty easy tower push for them. Again, Pharaoh not really the most effective. Rally compels himself out of the Pharaoh ultimate, or the Pharaoh, wow, I assume Pharaoh used his ultimate, but the Pharaoh Mummy, while he did, and Rally just, living life on the edge over here, gonna be able to get away, head back to base and regen. Pharaoh also wants to head back, gonna have a snipe and throw it out into the bottom lane. As this push continues from the bottom, Deadwood tries to land a Rotten Grasp and is unable to, and they're going to fall on back. So nice plays by Tempest and Wretched Hag. Tempest still just has that Amulet of the Exile. I suspect he's probably going to stick with that for a little bit, but he does have his Marchers now to go with that bottle. Aluna sitting on 1 Minor Totem. Is this Nova? No, is Nova playing for Lions now? No, it's Sealkit. It's strange. You would think it would be Nova, considering he has 1 Minor Totem. But Wretched Hag already has her Steam Boots in that bottle. He's got the Bat Blast. Going to look to maybe going on to Deadwood. Oh, the Seismic Slam! And the Bat Blast coming out from Wretched Hag. And Deadwood's going to melt to the ground. Saintrox is here. He's got his Helm of the Black Legion already to go with his Steam Boots. And this push is going to continue on the bottom lane. Pharaoh's coming around the back. He is invisible. And we do have Legionnaire. So we do, it is a 4-on-2 here. And they're going to get this tower, I'm pretty sure. But it could prove to be very interesting if Saintrox chooses to go in. They're going to go in a little bit late, trying to get Tempest here. There's the Aluna stun, and Pharaoh's in a lot of trouble. Legionnaire is pretty much fine. Pharaoh gets the snipe off and is going to die anyway. Bad gank from coming out from Justice League. Trying to get a couple heroes, drops 2 of them fairly low, not able to do anything with it. Even wastes the Decapitate and are not able to secure a kill. Good job by the Lion, getting not only the first tower, but the second tower as well. And now they're going to be able to fall back safely back to farming on the other side of the map. So that results in presumably a really big lead for Lions, but I don't remember how to bring that back. There it is, I found it. So they're going to have a 2,300 gold lead right now at the 11-minute mark. Still an experienced lead for Justice League as a result of this Legionnaire. Obviously, he is the highest level in the game right now at level 10, with a level 9 Deadwood behind him and a level 9 Wretched Hag. But that Tempest is level 8, and you see that as a result of the pushing. Oh, Wretched Hag's going to come in, but he gets killed by neutral creeps. That Legionnaire gets the lucky hit from those that Ancient stacks, but great presence of mind from Wretched Hag to pull out there. That Ward of Sight right there from Sealkit is what did the job. And as a result, you're not going to see the Ancient spawn for a little bit. Did miss a kill top lane as Rally picks off Glacius. Pretty easy kill for Rally, of course. And he's going to be getting his farm on. He's currently sitting at that 312 gold per minute, but a lot of pretty high GPMs from those top 3 heroes on both sides. Obviously, Tempest, Rally, and Wretched Hag doing really well, but so is Legionnaire, Deadwood, and Torturer doing fairly well as well. Torturer sitting right now at level 8. He's got that bottle, got his Steam Boots. He's saving up some money, going to pick up a Grave Locket. So that's gonna help him, throughout the whole game. Grave Locket, one of those items that, when it was implemented was really, could not wait to get that into the competitive scene, and it's really had its presence felt. Deadwood also picking up his Portal Key right now. He's been doing really well, that 318 GPM. Maybe didn't do quite as well against Rally as he would have liked. Obviously, Rally's 2-1 right now. Deadwood only 1-1 or 0-1, but still he is doing his job. Has some good farm, and but really right now it's all about Saintrox. He did make a slight misplay earlier, missing that Decapitate the bottom lane. Would have loved to see some more team support there, but such is life. Pharaoh did die in that engagement as well, which is not what we wanted. But he's still this Legionnaire is still farming up so well. 357 GPM, 500 experience per minute. It's really impressive how he's able to do this, and this is what I talked about before about Legionnaire getting a good start. Legionnaire is a hero that snowballs so hard when given the right opportunities, and he is definitely getting them in this game, as Saintrox is doing extremely well. Let's check out the bottom lane here. Aluna finally has boots, bravo. Also going to put up a ward. I've never seen that spot warded before. It's kind of a neat lane ward right there. Really hard to counter. You'll never see a counter ward go up over there, that's for sure. But in the meantime, we have Tempest farming in the jungle. He does finally finish that Ring of Sorcery, so he's got all the mana he ever needs. Doesn't have Meteor, so he can't cut down the trees, but going to get a pull thanks to Aluna and continue farming here in the jungle. Meanwhile, it looks like a push is coming out here on the top lane. Double damage Torturer also picked up a major totem, going to be going for that push book. And this defensive tower is going to take a fall. Pharaoh's in the front lines here. Doesn't have many items to speak of. Obviously just boots and a power supply and some vestments. Here comes Deadwood coming out of the forest, but no one really around to do much with, as the Justice League does take that Legion top lane tower. At the same time, Lion very smartly puts a push out onto mid. They're going to get TPs in as Justice League, going to clean out these elementals and some creeps. Still with that double damage as Torture for the next 7 seconds. And once again, back to farming on both sides. So it's the 15-minute mark right now. Score is 3-2 for Lions. Also has an extra tower down, which is a nice little addition as well. But, Justice League still looking really good here. They're not too far behind. They're only about 3,000 gold behind. Just over 500 experience, which is obviously negligible. Torture going to be bottling up a Haster in here. Going to drink that right... no, he's not going to drink it yet. Does have a little bit low mana, but there's the drink. He's going to try and get a little bit more mana. So he's going to try and gank up here to this rally. This rally, I doubt... maybe... Yeah, no, they're definitely going for the rally here. Hasten is going to make a big difference. Let's see how they react here. Deadwood's going to port up here. Maybe try and get a Rotten Grasp off, but Rally's going to get out in time. Great presence of mind by Rally. Gonna see... I assume he saw them coming thanks to the tower. But... they are able to get out here and waste the time of Torturer and Deadwood. Meanwhile, the push is on a little bit in the middle lane. Lots of heroes grouped up. Potentially could see an engagement in the near future. But right now, both teams are content to sit on both sides of the river and continue to farm. Tempest also picking up that Fortified Bracer. So he's going to be going for an Astrolabe as well to go with that... Ring of Sorcery. I'm curious to see if he does go for a Portal Key this game. I'm sure, it's obviously on the mind. That's one of those things that has been kind of a thing with Tempest. Oh, Krebson gets picked off in the middle lane. Not the situation you want. That Pharaoh ultimate does a lot of work, followed by a Torturer's stun, and you're going to see any hero die from in the face of damage like that. So great job by Justice League getting that important pick off of Wretched Hag. Obviously a hero that you don't want on the map if you can help it. Luna trying to push back this tower push, but I'm not sure there's much he can do. They're going to try and get a deny here, but, this tower's going to drop really low, and they're just going to give it up. Deadwood going to Portal Key in and get that last hit. So Bag in a Box gets the extra gold, and he's going to be at 313 GPM right now. Torture picking up a Gnome's Wisdom, which is an item that I've loved for a long time. And really happy to see, and so he's not going to push, but really happy to see that item start to get picked up more in the competitive scene. Torture, it's just an item that it just works on. Obviously, it's a hero that you don't want, you want it to get nice and tanky. The Armor Horror helps with that, and the nice little shield that Gnome's Wisdom provides. But also, he's a hero that needs mana regen. He gets that mana regen from Gnome's Wisdom. Gets a nice amount of intelligence as well, and he gets that and like I said, that Armor Horror. And the extra damage. It's just a really nice item for a Torturer. So I'm really glad to see people starting to pick that up more. Tempest in trouble. Oh, what a play by Hanskin. Gonna use those elementals to block the Pharaoh Snipe, but unfortunately he did not see Legionnaire coming, and as a result he's gonna get taunted out of that TP and be taken down. So smart play from Hanskin there, using those Tempest elementals. Really good against that Pharaoh Snipe, but he does die in the end, so it does kind of negate the awesomeness. So that is fairly unfortunate. I found the button that does that. Awesome. This is like my favorite thing. I love being able to do this, so I can just switch between players and make it look nice. I forgot what button it was. So that's great, so I can do that now. So anyway, let's take a look at the GPM charts right now. We still obviously have Saintrox at the top at 413 GPM, but fairly even across the entire Lion team, aside from Seal Kid, of course, on the support here. But, really nice job by Lions to keep the farm even, but that also could be a problem because you don't see a hero like Master of Arms getting necessarily the farm that he needs. He's only at 300 GPM right now. Obviously, he was middle, and he did end middle. He's got 84 CS right now. Which is actually, fairly low in comparison to Tempest and Wretched Hag, and a lot less than 144 from Legionnaire. But that is all jungle creep, so you don't really count that. But not quite in the position that he would want. He does have his Blessed Orb, so I guess that is pretty nice for him. But going into the late game, you're going to want him to have as much farm as humanly possible. And if he's sharing that farm with a Wretched Hag and a Rally, obviously Tempest doesn't matter as much because most of his farm is from jungle. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to be as effective as he wants to be, especially if he's being played as a carry. The Hellborn side doesn't really have that carry answer, but it might not be as bad thanks to the fact that he's just not going to get the same kind of farm that he would want. Deadwood looking for maybe trying to find a hero here on the side. He's hiding out in the forest as Deadwood does. He's going to hide over here. He's going to be a little crafty Deadwood. He's on fire. He's going to create some kind of a forest fire. I wonder if Smokey the Bear is going to come over and tell him to be a little bit more careful, but nonetheless, We do also see Wretched Hag pick up a Sacrificial Stone, which was talked about a lot on Honcast, to how good that item is, and I still don't think we see it as enough. Oh, Legionnaire going to Portal Key in onto Tempest. Tempest going to be totally fine thanks to that Master of Arms buff, and the Tempest Ultimate and the Bat Blast. Both heroes are going to be going down. Great play, great response, immediate response from Flenmeister with that ultimate, and they're going to take this tower push. They do lose a tower bottom, so they take 2 heroes and a tower trade for Lion, and that's to make their lead, a little bit better here. They are still hanging on to that lead. It was pretty even for a minute there, but those 2 kills, especially onto Saint Trox, makes a huge difference. I don't know if he knew those heroes were in the back. Maybe he thought that he would be able to get a kill on Tempest without taking that much, but obviously quick fingers from Flensmeister results in that not being a problem. Glacier's going to get frozen. Oh, the Sonar Scream and the Power Throw going to be able to finish him off. Krebson gets the kill thanks to the Haunt that was put onto Glacius as well, and 2 towers for Lions, and they're gonna TP back and get some more work done. So now it's a 4,000 gold lead, 2,000 experience lead for Lions, but still, not counting Justice League out here. Obviously, still in a really good position to succeed in the next say 15 minutes or so. They have to make their presence felt. Tempest switching over to the Hellborn jungle, getting a little bit of farm in here, trying to stunt Legionnaire a little bit, but Legionnaire's coming on in. And this could be a situation that is really bad for Tempest. Legionnaire notices the creeps are gone, and now gonna get a portal key in onto Tempest, and there's the taunt. Surprised Tempest didn't respond sooner, but another red buff coming out from Master of Arms, and that's not going to be able to do anything against that TP. Obviously he used his taunt earlier, and more fast fingers from Master of Arms to be able to save him. Another 2 war there, trying to get a taunt off onto, who was that? Onto Rally. Rally does have his portal key now, so he's going to be able to get away as well. So these ganks by Justice League simply not working out the way that they intended them to. And it is unfortunate because they have been, I feel like, been playing really well. Ancient Creeps, what are you doing in the middle? What are you doing here? Get back to your home. You belong here. You don't belong out here. It's not where you go. Get back there. Yeah. What I thought. So that's interesting. You see that right there. You see the Ward of Revelation here. Can't see this. He does ward looking for a lane ward because he knew there was one there, but just outside the range. I wish I could see the range of it, but I assume I know the range in general, and it's probably going to extend to right about here. Just keeping that ward out of range, so unable to be seen. Another tower push is going to be top, and another Panzer Armor is activated, trying to save a hero. Well, once again, do so. As who was that took a bunch of damage? Probably Rally. But now, it's this kind of stalemate in the top, between the forests here. Oh, here we go, some action. Going to try and jump on Tempest. There is no red buff to save him this time. Legionnaire going to take that kill, and now he's going to have to fall back, trying to get a little bit of extra gold off of these Tempest elementals, and he's going to be able to fall back now. Not much the Legion side can do about this. And they're going to allow them to fall back, and they're actually going to take this creep stack here. That's a big deal for Legionnaire. Legionnaire does have that Soul's Bulwark. It is currently on negative, as you would. And he's going to try and portal key out of here, and he's going to be successful. Legion getting a little bit aggressive, looking for a kill, but unable to find any. And that creep stack makes a big difference. 427 GPM right now for Legionnaire. He is the top farmer in the game right now, and I'm sure the top experience in the game as well at 580. Really impressive, level 16. So he's got that level 3 ultimate, which does make a really major difference going into these fights, especially against, a strength hero like Rally, who's a hero that normally is really difficult to bring down. And between something like a Deadwood Punch and a Legionnaire ultimate, it can make a really big difference in taking those heroes out. Flensmeister now does have his Geometer's Bane, so he is doing very well now. He is able to get the farm that he needs. He is not the top farmer on his team right now. That does go to Wretched Hag, who is currently sitting with that Hellflower and a Sacrificial Stone as well. Excuse me, I can take a drink. I forgot how straining this is on your voice. Anyway, so Wretched Hag does have that Hellflower and the Sacrificial Stone. She is looking really good going into this, going into the phase right now. It's at the 24-minute mark. So teams are going to start to get a little bit more aggressive. It is only 6-5 hero kill score at the 24-minute mark, but I expect we'll see a lot more action coming in the near future. Pharaoh going to catch a Luna. Oh my god, another Fast Fingers from Master of Arms, using that Panzer Armor, and Aluna will be fine. He has taken, I think, 4 kills now from the Hellborn team just by using that ultimate. One of, such a phenomenal ability, and one of the reasons why we see Master of Arms on the scene nowadays. A hero that has so much utility. Great stun coming out from Rally, and not Seismic Slam, but not going to be able to finish off Torture. I would have liked to see him go and do that onto Pharaoh, and as a result, he's going to die. Tempest in a lot of trouble as well. Got to question him going in there. Does not have much to be able to save himself to war, and Saintrox is going to be able to get the kill there as well. Wretched Hag is hiding in the forest, and we do have 3 heroes down, actually, for the Legion side, and they're going to get a tower out of this. Wretched Hag also in trouble. There's the Deadwood Punch. She's going to be able to get out of there, but not much left after that. There's the Decapitate from Legionnaire, and Wretched Hag will die as well. So 4 heroes down. Master of Arms is the only one left. He can't do much against this. There's too many portal keys on the Hellborn side right now. By too many, I mean 2. So he cannot defend this, and this actually might be a base tower here at the 25-minute mark. Aluna's going to be up in 3 seconds, and Rally's going to be up in about 10, but there's a lot of push here coming out from the Hellborn team, and this base tower is dead to rights. Definitely going to fall. Not going to be able to get any racks, and Aluna's trying to get a stun off here, but not able to. Bravo, Glacius, picking up those... Picking up those Striders, bravo, that tower goal doing so much work for Glacius. But really great shift in momentum there from Justice League. Not sure if you would consider that a throw. Obviously not really a great situation for the Legion team to engage in, despite the fact that they were right by their tower. Just did not go the way that they wanted it to, and suddenly Justice League has the lead in this game. 2,800 gold lead and 4,000 experience lead for them, and they're in a really good spot. Master of Arms now also does have a Quick Blade. We'll see if he goes in... Well, he probably won't go with Firebrand because he already has a freaking Geometer's Bane. So I assume he will be going for a Nullfire Blade. Going to try and get that mana burn off. Obviously, it was very helpful. And the Purge is great, too. We see Glacius able to pick up a Bound Eye as well. He's going to start to use that to counter ward. Unfortunately, not a lot of wards up on the map for Lions. We only see this one right here, which was recently placed, so that will be a nice pickoff. And this one, which is now expiring, which we talked about before. But, we got another one right over here as well. So, Glacius is going to be able to get a lot of nice use of that. You see him looking around here, trying to counter ward. Rally in the middle lane, going to be a little bit aggressive, but will largely be just fine. Pharaoh scouting out with an illusion as well. Pharaoh also has a barbed armor now, and Pharaoh really going to start being effective. He also has a glowstone, so he's going to be looking to go for that Staff of the Master, which, if you ask me, one of the most fun things in the game, Pharaoh with the Staff of the Master. If you ever play some mid-wars, just get Staff of the Master first on Pharaoh and just zip around the map. It's just so fun. And we're going to see that behavior once again here from Zane playing that Pharaoh. And, Barbed Armor, another phenomenal item on Pharaoh as well. Legionnaire, farming up. He's only got 300 gold right now. I assume he bought something, because he's been farming so well, and he doesn't have any new items right now. Oh, wait, no, I lied. He does have an Arcana, so he's going to be going for a Hellflower. So the Hellborn team's going to get that nice Blink Hellflower combination coming out. And also, holy crap, Torture, freaking Sheepstick already. What is Torture's farm looking at? 400 GPM, right behind his teammate Saintrox at 461. So Torture's got a Sheepstick and a Gnome's Wisdom right now, Bottle Steam Boots, and a Grave Locket. So extremely impressive farm coming out from I'm a Boy there on Torture. Torture, one of those heroes that just can completely take over a game. It's interesting because obviously he's an intelligence hero, not really thought of as a carry, but a farm Torturer is terrifying. It's just not a hero you want to tolerate. And I was going to say he's getting to that point. He reached that point. He's past that point already. Once you have a Sheepstick, this hero is ridiculous. You might see him pick up something along the lines, and Glacius counter-warding down here. And they're going to be able to take a Kongor here. It is going to result in a lost tower in the top lane, but I think that's a trade that the Hellborn team will gladly take. Getting a token on someone like Legionnaire or Torture. I assume it's going to be Torture. He does have the empty slot right now. Legionnaire also finishing his Hellflower. It's going to be really valuable in those team fights, especially on a hero like Torture, who obviously is so mana intensive. They're going to have to finish this quickly because this push is going to be pretty intense on this top lane. You're going to see a lot of TPs start to hit right now, maybe now in a minute. Or not. They're going to TP back the base. They're not going to TP there. Get a little bit of regen from that Kongor attempt and going to run in here. You're going to see probably a deny attempt here, and they're going to get it. I'm surprised a little bit There's the deny attempt. Legionnaire going to blink in. Does get Hellflowered for his trouble. He's going to be a little bit of trouble here, and he's going to go down. That's not good. Where's that token? The token is on Torture. Big team fight here. Glacius ultimate coming off as well. Torture doing so much freaking damage, and he's going to be able to... It's a 2-for-2 exchange right now. Nice stun from Torture on a Master of Arms. Master of Arms is in trouble. That Torture ultimate gonna finish him off. Pharaoh also in a lot of trouble. He has got the mummy wall around Rally, but that's not really going to do all that much. So Pharaoh with that barbed armor doing so much work right now. Rally trying to get away, miss stun. He's going to hide out here in the forest. Has a compel in 1 second. Going to use it to try and get out. He is maybe going to be able to escape. I don't know. No, you're dead. Sorry. Sorry, Rally. Good try. Almost got him. So in the end, it is actually a 2-for-4 exchange in favor of Justice League. Justice League, playing really well in this game. Now is a 10,000 experience lead. It's really amazing how quickly that type of thing can shift. Obviously, getting the Congo kill helps a lot. And they did lose 2 towers top. One was denied, so that does obviously make a really big difference. But you check out the experience chart, and it's the 600 experience per minute and the 500 experience per minute here from Legionnaire and Torture that makes such a big difference. It sets up their team to be just really effective going into this into the next phase of the game. They're obviously got the levels. They have 1, 2, 3 level 3 ultimates, and there's only one on the side of Lions. And this is a time that you don't want to be behind in experience. We have a level 2 Tempest ultimate, a level 2 Rally ultimate, and a level 2 Master of Arms ultimate. Obviously, Master of Arms ultimate, it's going to be effective no matter which level it is, but it still obviously makes a difference to have it be that level 3. And as a result, you have a nice little advantage here for the Hellborn team. Obviously, 11,000 experience lead is a big deal. Only a 4,800 gold lead right now because thanks to the really nice farm, or pretty good farm, I guess, from Wretched Hag and Master of Arms. But Rally and Tempest both have fallen off a little bit, but still largely even from the Legion team. And Glacius still has that Bound Eye, which is such a pain in the ass for the Legion team. I'm surprised he actually hasn't found this ward. That's actually really surprising. He never went over there. But it's just such a pain in the ass having the Bound Eye, really cripple your vision on the map, and especially against heroes like Deadwood and Legionnaire. Obviously, both heroes that you want to know where the hell they are, and if you don't know where the hell they are, you're probably going to die. And right now, I don't think Lion knows at all where any heroes are. Obviously, they know these couple guys are hanging out over here, but outside of that, it's kind of a mystery. I'm really surprised Glacius didn't see that ward. It's kind of odd that he didn't, but anyway. So right now, looks like both teams are going to be top and bottom. Hellborn looking to take out this bottom tower is fairly low already. No tower in the top lane, so we're going to try and put some pressure on the base over here. That tower is totally fine. Remember, you don't have a tower in the top lane over here for the Legion team as well, but now the Hellborn team is going to know what's up, and so is the Legion team, for that matter. You're going to see a TP back from Tempest here, and more TPs as well, as they know that they can't really do much against the base. So Luna and Tempest are back here to try and stop this push. We do have Hellborn falling back as well, which is kind of interesting. I feel like if they had a little bit better vision in their own jungle here, they would have been able to initiate on this Tempest and take him out of the fight for a little bit, and that could have resulted in a big play from them. But unfortunately, they don't have really great vision on their own side of the map. They only really have some nice vision right here in the jungle and right here by the Congo pit and by their own ancients. But we are going to see them move up here and try and take a fight against this Legion team. There are illusions over here, so obviously not much to do there. Wretched Hag trying to get out, and Rally as well. Rally's got the ability to get out. Poor Luna. I mean, I don't even know what you say right there. I mean, I would apologize for missing that kill, but at the same time, it's like she probably lived for all of 2 seconds before she died, after the PK happened. So, what do you want me to do? Master Arm's still trying to farm up here in the for his ancients. Still is sitting on that quick blade. I don't know if he has anything else. He has 2,600 gold right now, so he is able to buy something. Probably a little bit scared about buybacks. Obviously, Legionnaire's right over here. He's level 20 with that Hellflower Blink combination. Getting caught out right now would not be a good thing for Master of Arms, but he is going to fall back, maybe purchase something. At the very least, buy a quick blade, dude. You have enough for a buyback if you die. I'm pretty sure you do, at least. But this mid-tower push is going to happen, take out some illusions, and go back to focusing on the tower. Tower's going to drop below half-life, and the whole Hellborn team is here. Glacius also has a nice little fortified brace. Make him a little bit more tanky. Little Glacius over here being nice and tanky. Still under 1,000 health, so probably will instantaneously die in any situation. How much does this do again? 900 damage. So he can almost one-shot Glacius with that. It will one-shot him plus 10 HP. Or minus 10 HP. So Hellborn team going to pick off that tower and then move back into the jungle. And this, is not a great situation for Alliance. Obviously a team that we're familiar with doing extremely well. And Justice League really giving them a run for their money. Wretched Hag here hiding in the trees. Not really sure what they're planning here. Tempest is also hiding in the trees and has a big giant, clear cut right here thanks to his meteor. There's that shrunken head from Torture, and that's an item that I was waiting for him to pick up. Also, Glacius getting that Astrolabe, really phenomenal farm on Glacius. I mean, he's on 171 GPM, but that's pretty much gravy for Glacius. Any extra money you have over wards is a pretty good deal. But at the same time, and they do have a little bit more vision, but I don't know, does this really get anything for you? I would really much rather see a ward here, especially with, Master of Arms. He's farming these ancient camps a little bit, quite a lot. And, what does this gain for you? I mean, it gains you, vision going into your jungle, but where you're not at all. There's no towers, so it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of an odd ward. I don't really agree with that ward right now. But so Torture's going to just go down here and just solo this tower down. Really easy kill, obviously. Torture is kind of a badass when it comes to pushing towers. And there's a Tempest actually coming in. He's going to get the kill, but Torture in trouble. There's the Shrunken Head. He's going to get the Tempest ultimate on him. Wretched Hag here, and there's the Legionnaire as well. I was waiting for him to come in there. The Seismic Slam is able to kill I'm a Boy, which is a problem, but the Hellborn team's still doing fairly well in this fight, and they do lose Legionnaire actually as a result, and Pharaoh goes down as well, so they're not doing so well in this fight. Now, that Tempest jumping onto the Torturer shows how much damage that Torturer was putting out. We checked the damage charts. It's for Torturer and Pharaoh. I'm surprised to see Rally that high, actually. That Seismic Slam doing a lot of work. He doesn't have a lot of sustained AoE damage, but obviously, the Compel is great. The W now with that buff, able to do a little bit of extra damage as well. But to see him tied with Pharaoh is really interesting. Obviously, Pharaoh always a damage machine, and Pharaoh does have that Staff of the Master now, so he's able to get all over the place. But Deadwood is the only one to survive. He does have a Shrunken Head now, but that was a really, really big play for the Legion team. They were, facing a huge lead on the side of Justice League for a while there, and now it's only down to about a 4,000 gold lead and a 5,000 experience lead. So very, very, very surmountable. Not something out of the question at all for them to be, able to come back against this. And here we see more ancient stacks coming out from Master of Arms. He does have his Nullifier Blade now. Feels a little bit more safe to buy that. He does already have 1,900 gold saved up as well. So really doing great. Gonna lightning speed himself back to base for reasons unknown. I mean, obviously, it's like a 40-second cooldown. Doesn't really matter. But still. So Torturer back up. Going to head back into the middle lane here. Get a little bit of creep farm. But, that was certainly not, a setback. That was certainly a setback for the Hellborn team. Legionnaire also has 2,900 gold. Going to be assumingly going for a heart. Since he does have all that money, he certainly not able to spend on anything else. He could also be going for something like a demonic breastplate, which would be really nice, but I feel like a heart would be a little bit better. Help him survive a little bit more in the team fights. Not a ton of physical damage coming out from this Legion team, and as a result, it's a little odd to see him without any kind of magic armor. And for that matter, there is only magic armor on who? We have magic armor on Pharaoh, and on Deadwood, but that's it. So Legion are no magic armor, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd like to see them get something like a barrier idol to be able to deal with all this magic damage. I mean, you look at it, you got Flensma, obviously, these spells are great. Obviously, the red side freaking goo stuff is not fun either. But the main ones being Wretched Hag and Tempest, putting a lot of damage out magic-wise. And really, any physical armor or anything, it's really just mitigating anything Rally does. And, late game kind of Master of Arms stuff. So, I mean, he's still staying tanky, but obviously a heart is a nice little substitute for that as well. Places a ward, and Glacius is going to be able to counter ward that and fall back. The Legion team also falling back here as well. Where's the real Pharaoh? These are not real Pharaohs. Real Pharaoh is up here, chilling. He's chillaxing over here. He's got that extra button to get Return of the Pharaoh. Return of the Pharaoh. Pretty cool. I like Wrath of the Pharaoh. I don't really get Return of the Pharaoh. It's still cool, I guess. I don't know. But Steel Kid placing a ward down there. Get a little bit more vision. I don't know why he didn't just place it. I guess it doesn't really matter. Just get a little bit more vision on this side of the river, which is what he's really concerned about. Get a little bit of safety for his middle lane here. Tilla also getting some vision over here, but we're going to see another Kongor attempt, and there is no wards around Kongor, especially thanks to Mr. Glacius here with his Bound Eye, which he's had for the last, 10 minutes. Which is, that's never something you want. Glacius really doing a phenomenal job of not dying. It's, something that's kind of a big deal. Oh, we're going to see a team fight here. This is the blink in by Legionnaire, going to finish off Tempest really quickly. Tempest does have a buyback. He's going to use it immediately and try to TP in and try and do something, but this team fight is ongoing. Rally in a little bit of trouble is here as well, but Legionnaire also going to fall. Torture in trouble as well, and Wretched Hag's going to be able to finish him off. That Master of Arms buff doing a lot of work, and Krebson is doing work on this freaking Wretched Hag. He's a serial killer right now. Deadwood in trouble as well. There's the Tempest ultimate. Going to be able to get Pharaoh, Glacius, and Deadwood, and all of those heroes are going to fall. That Bound Eye finally going to fall on the ground, and that's going to be a really big deal because the Legion team is now able to get a Kongor attempt off. Torture is back. I assume he bought back. He did, which is not a great buyback either. He is back out here, but there's not much he can do. He's just actually even going to be able to sit here. You got to be able to get into the, I don't know, man, get into the forest, do something. But then again, if he gets caught out, he is going to be in trouble. But this, Kongor attempt is a really big deal for the Legion team. Master of Arms could be picking this up, could be Rally, could be Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag is going to be the one as she gets rid of an item here. She's going to pick it up. Wretched Hag doing a ton of work here in this game. Krebson is 6-3, 377 GPM right now, and that last fight really proved how great having a nice farmed Wretched Hag is. He's already got that plate mail, and this, the Legion team is the one that's going to be looking to build some armor. Obviously, that Soul's Bulwark on Rally, I believe it is on negative. I'm a little bit surprised by that. But, Wretched Hag does have that Sacrificial Stone, which again can stay up for permanently because of the way that item works. But he is now, wow, he already has a freaking Frostfield plate. Holy crap. So he's already got his Frostfield plate, which makes a huge difference, not only in the, the activatable and the huge amount of armor that he gets from it, but that minus 25 attack speed can also make a big difference. Handskin does get picked off for some reason up here. What are you doing up there? Was he chased? Because, there's no ward. This is the closest ward that he has. I don't know what he's doing there. Who has the Bound Eye right now? Aluna has the Bound Eye right now. He's going to be able to fall back. He is hanging on to that. Right now, there is, no vision on the map for anyone. So we have one ward here from Seal Kid, and one ward here from Tilla, and that's it. There's, no vision on the map, which is a great advantage for the Hellborn team, as we just saw, picking off a Tempest in their own jungle. Again, why he's there, I don't know. Tempest does have 3,600 gold right now, obviously going for that refresher right now, and he's going to be able to get it pretty soon. Master of Arms TPing back to base. It looks like we're going to see some kind of a push on the top lane. But Tempest is going to have that refresher soon, and there's the Demonic Breastplate for Rally as well. So really, really good shape right now is the Legion team. They do have a bit of a lead, but there's the Wretched Hag in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be able to get out, but the Pharaoh ultimate right there going to be used on Wretched Hag. He's going to die, but he does have that token of life. He's going to be resurrecting in a second. Master of Arms in a little bit of trouble as well, but Legionnaire is in a little bit deep. Legionnaire is going to be in trouble. That Master of Arms, that red side doing so much damage, stealing so much mana, causing such a problem. Wretched Hag trying to get in here, do a little bit more damage. He does have a Bat Blast. He's probably going to be looking to be setting it up soon. He does also have his Hellflower up. Assuming Hellflower Glacius. What are you doing? I don't know why you didn't Hellflower Glacius right there. Oh, wait, he freaking chased Deadwood. He's going to try and get Deadwood. Deadwood is Hellflowered and is going to drop. So never mind, he is able to get a kill as a result of that. Still has his Bat Blast up, which is a nice bonus that he has here. Now he's going to keep looking for kills. Wretched Hag was able to survive that initial burst, well, thanks to the token, but is able to survive the initial burst. This Frostfield plate doing work for him as well. And now the Legion team is going to keep the control of this game. 4,000 experience lead for them, 9,000, almost 10,000 experience lead. Now is 10,000. 4,500 gold lead. And, we're seeing how quickly this game could shift back and forth. Gold chart largely even between both teams, and the experience chart is now as well. As St. Trox's lead is becoming a little bit negligible now. Obviously, Legionnaire, a hero that succeeds a lot in the mid game, but as we're getting a little bit later here in the 44 minute mark, he's just not as effective, and he's at 2,800 gold. I talked about before, he's trying to get that heart, just doesn't have it. Torture in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna fall. And Pharaoh in trouble as well, but Wretched Hag, you know, going to be standing her ground. There's the Bat Blast, going to immediately murder Glacius. And unfortunately, Wretched Hag does die through the Master of Arms buff, but here comes the Hellborn team, finishing off Wretched Hag, finishing off Master of Arms, and, you know, that was a really sudden turnaround. And actually, you know, that as a result, I believe Torture did use his second buyback there, and that's what got those kills, which was a really big deal. And, oh, you know, Tempest also going to fall. So a 3 for 2 hero exchange, I believe, as Torture did fall and use his last buyback. But now we have, you know, Legionnaire at 4,000 gold. So please, God, buy something before you freaking lose it again. Especially if, I mean, he died the last time and he didn't buy back. So, like, just freaking spend your money. Like, seriously, just do it. So Rally's got his, got that double damage rune out, and being a little bit aggressive here. Gonna go and farm the Hellborn jungle for reasons I'm not quite sure of. He does have a Homecoming Stone to be able to get back. And he is going to choose to use that right now, as the Hellborn team is going to look to maybe push in this exposed set of racks in the top lane. Deadwood going to portal key back, as most of the Legion team is up or will be up. Obviously, Tempest is the only one not up right now. He does have a Tempest ultimate ready, which is a big deal, but will not be used for at least another 30 seconds. Probably will. I mean, not 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds plus the amount of time he needs to get somewhere. Deadwood stealing some ancient creeps here from the Legion side as well. Deadwood also doing well, but we are reaching the point in the game where Deadwood isn't like that, you know, that effective. But to see, I say he's doing well. I mean, those 9 assists is nice, but he's got 5 deaths and he has no kills. And on a Deadwood, that's really weird. Not something you normally see on a Deadwood. You normally expect Deadwood to be one of the top kills in the game. Obviously, with Saintrox, it doesn't help because Legionnaire is one of those similar heroes. But I don't know. We'll see. Well, we have Saintrox here. He does still have both buybacks. He does have a ton of gold. He still is not choosing to buy that heart because he is expecting a Legion push, I assume. I mean, right-clicking a heart is great, but I don't know why we're waiting so long. I mean, he could be so much more effective in fights. I mean, right now he's got 4,300 gold. You figure he buys the big strength item out of that, out of the heart. What the frickin' hell is that called? I'm being a derp and not remembering. Axe of the Malphite. He buys that Axe of the Malphite, and he's a lot more tanky in fights. He's able to survive a little bit longer, and that's been a problem in the last few fights. He does have 6 deaths, which is actually the most on his team, which is odd given the amount of farm that he's had throughout this entire game. Makes him survive a lot more and be a lot more effective in fights, so I'm surprised that he's not purchasing that yet. Pharaoh also has a nice amount of money right now as well. He's got 2,100 gold, so he's enough for a buyback, and there is enough for buybacks really on the whole team, though Torturer, again, has 1,600 gold and is not buying stuff, even though he has no buybacks. So the Legion team is just kind of content to farm the Hellborn jungle right now. That for us who played still doing work. How much money is it? Freaking Hag is 4,100 gold. Spend your money. What is with people not spending their money lately? I mean, I know you need a buyback, but like your buybacks don't cost like 3,000 gold. Come on. Especially Hag, who has a power supply, which at this point doesn't really do her any good. I don't know. So Luna's still hanging on to that bound eye, and this, we got a nice little stalemate going on up here in the top lane between the Legion and Hellborn team. Legion trying to stay back and trying to stay grouped up so that they're not caught out by things like so they're not caught out by stupid crap like Legionnaire and Deadwood. So, you have so much money, frickin' spend it, Legionnaire. Just buy your frickin' Axe of the Malphite so you don't feed in fights anymore. You're just dying. Like, at least, I mean, Pharaoh is kind of expected to feed, but, you know. I know that, I thought he just bought, didn't he just buy his Frostfield plate? I saw the item pop up. Maybe he just bought part of it, and then, you know what he did? He probably right-clicked it and got the recipe. So, he got his plate mail, sold the recipe back. But again, doesn't have a buyback, so he doesn't really care about any of these other shenanigans. So, Legion team is just going to fall back, you know, looking for maybe an opportunity in the, that's true. I mean, like, I'm going to be a caster that interacts with the chat. You know, maybe, you know, I mean, Legionnaire, he does have 5,500 gold. I mean, maybe they are going to need, like, you know, gonna go out for the night and needs, like, a lot of $1 bills. Maybe that's why. It could be why. I can't be a judge of that type of thing. It's not something I can really do. But oh well. So that Wing Courier are going to fly around with his buddy Glacius here, who now has an eye of his own once again, to go with his eye, which is currently on a Luna. But the the Legion team right now, I mean, well, wow. Okay, first of all, look how even this game is right now. Barely a gold lead for the Hellborn side, barely an experience lead for the Legion side. Just a freaking razor close match. 21 kills to 19 kills as well, so 40 kills in a 50-minute match. Pretty damn good if you ask me. And then I'm gonna throw a power throw. I'm gonna hit stuff. Hit something. Hit it. Oh, you missed it, you son of a bitch. Anyway, so Hellborn team now trying to close in the Legion team. You see this positioning based on their team, looking for Kongor to come up pretty soon. They are checking it. You see, and Legion. Oh my god, he freaking has. Okay, like, excuse me for 1 second. We're gonna yell at Saint Trox right now. We're just gonna be mad at him because he's just saved about 5,000 gold, and then bought a freaking demonic braceplate. Now, why? I'm going to ask why. Why would you save up that much gold when you can very easily buy any part of that and help yourself? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why you would do that. He could have had so many. He could have had a freaking, like, he could have had so much stuff. But instead, he acts like a derp. It's probably in Legendary, right? He could have had a freaking Warp Cleft. He could have had some extra armor to live through some stuff. He could have had, that type of thing. Okay, here Torture does finish off his Frostfield plate, so that's really nice for him. But he could have had all that stuff, and he's like, nah, I'm just going to save up a shitload of money and then not spend it. And then spend it on something that doesn't anywhere near cost that much. So, really odd. I don't really get that. I mean, fortunately for him, they haven't fought in like 20 minutes right now. But... so it didn't work out so badly for him. I assume now it's time for the heart for Saint Trox. But that's, that's an item I would have really liked to see. As I talked before, the physical damage output, not that fantastic. Master of Arms is still sitting on the same goddamn items he's had for the last, 20 minutes. He still hasn't bought anything. He's got 3,200 gold, so he's definitely going to buy something. Hag! Buy something! You've got 6,400 gold. Does Hag have 2 buybacks? He does have 2 buybacks. Keep 1. Buy anything. Anything. He can literally right-click anything he wants in the store. Just buy it. And, the worst part is if he gets into a fight right now. So, say he gets into a fight. Say there's a fight. Okay, he just bought something, so that's good. I didn't quite catch what it was. But he still only spent, 2,000 gold. What did you buy? Here we go. What did you buy? So, he bought an Ice Brand. So, he got an Ice Brand. So, he's going to be going for a Frostsoul Skull. I'm fucking up right now. So he's got that. So I guess that's nice. But, why save up 6,000 gold to buy an Ice Brand? Just buy it and keep 1 buyback. I mean, you don't need 2. And even then, that's more than 2. I don't know. Master of Arms, still no items at all. Rally, still no item pickups at all. Still 4,000 gold. I mean, at least Tempest. At least this, my buddy Tempest over here. He had this stuff. He thought that was cool, but then he went and got a Void Talisman and a Push Book as well. So he's going to be really effective, and obviously Push, Oh, here we go. Here's some action here. Kongor has been slain. Lions actually steals the kill of Kongor and the token. Rally able to get it. This is a big deal for Lions right now, but Deadwood doing a lot of damage here to Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag not in a position to die right now. And Legionnaire also in a really good shape right now as well. He's going to execute onto Rally. He's going to fall and come back up with that token of life. Wretched Hag still alive somehow. Deadwood in a lot of trouble. He's going to die as well. Did Tempest use his ultimate yet? He did, and is not able to get a whole lot off of it. But at the same time, it is a 0 for, 0. Rally obviously stealing that token makes the big difference. An 0 for 2 exchange in favor of Lions. And now they're going to keep trying to force this issue. Rally in here, deep onto Pharaoh. Pharaoh trying to get out. Pharaoh does have enough money for a buyback, but he's trying to get in here, maybe get a push. He's going to try and walk himself up the edge, but he can't do it. Oh, that was so close to be able to get out, but Rally does compel in and finish him off. Really smart try by Zane there, and try and use the system to get himself out of there. But he is able to, they are able to finish him off, and Lions in a great spot here. They've got their lead back. Again, we talked about a little bit ago how close this game was. Deadwood, what are you doing? Get the hell out of there. Deadwood, what are you doing, Deadwood? Deadwood, stop! Deadwood's going to be okay, actually, because Legionnaire portal keys in, trying to finish off Wretched Hag. He's not able to, thanks to a TP out. Not able to do anything. Deadwood punch onto Tempest. Tempest is going to go down. But now Deadwood in a lot of trouble. Torture is, like, huge right now. Torture is just going to rip up Master of Arms. He's going to fall as well. Master of Arms still has no frickin' items. Why, I don't know. I assume he bought the other part of his frickin', whatever it is. No, he still has level 1 Nullfire Blade. Like, I just like, slam my chair in disgust. You have 4,000 gold. Spend the 950? 850? How much is that damn item? 800. It's not even that much. Spend that friggin' money and get your extra damage. Like, that's such a terrible play. I'm sorry. That's such a bad play from Flensmeister. You have to spend your money to be the most effective that you possibly can be in fights. And he has a buyback right now. So, I mean, he's going to be able to buy back. But I guarantee, even if he does buy back, they're still probably going to lose their melee barracks. You got to buy back right now. He just bought something. You just got to buy back right now. Buy back. Buyback, 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 buyback. There he goes. There's the buyback. Hellborn team gonna be able to kill Wretched Hag as a result. You gotta buy back earlier. Rally's gonna die too with a bound eye on him. There's the bound eye down. They're gonna lose these melee barracks. Master of Arms still not doing any freaking damage. He's gonna try and get down this Torture and is not gonna be able to. Glacius in the front lines. Glacius barely takes any freaking damage. Now Legionnaire runs around in a circle. I'm not really sure why, but he's gonna basically sacrifice his life here. Try and finish off Aluna. Aluna's gonna die to the Pharaoh Snipe. Drop the bound eye. Glacius somehow is alive. Like, really? Seriously. And by the way, the reason why my item knowledge isn't 100% perfect at the moment is I've been playing a little bit of Dota 2 for the last couple weeks, so my item brain is slightly confused, but I haven't said the wrong name. I've just been double checking myself so far, and I also no longer work for us too. But anyway, does he still have level 1? He still has level, like, why? Like, I don't understand this stuff. So he's going for a Frostwolf now. But, like, why? I just don't understand the thought process behind doing that. And not only is he going for a Frostwolf, he's going for a Frostwolf when Wretched Hag is already going for a Frostwolf. And obviously, I mean, Frostwolf is a great item no matter what, but, like, I don't understand why he wouldn't just get that extra damage. I mean, what's the addition for the second level of Nullfire? He gets an extra 4 agility, some extra intelligence, and he gets more mana burn, so he gets more damage out of it, and he gets the infinite charges, and he's down to only 3 charges on his thing. He can be a lot more lean with those usages as the in team fights. And the game is so close right now that small differences like that make the game. They do. They really, really, really do. And Rally also has a ton of gold right now to say saved up. And Flensmeister also used both of his buybacks in that situation. So he's down to no buybacks. Hanskin has no buybacks left, which isn't surprising because it's Tempest. After he has the items that he has right now, he doesn't really need to spend on anything. Well, actually, no, he still does not have a refresher, which is upsetting to me. But he does have a decent... Excuse me. He does have a decent amount of money right now, so he is able to think about getting that refresher. And I would like to see him pick up something like that Arcana right now, or the Sustainer, and try and be a little bit more effective, as he does have the money and he doesn't need it for a buyback. But right now, the teams are just going to be worried about buybacks. I mean, it is such a close game. It is the 57-minute mark right now, so this is going to be an hour-long game at this point. Probably more. And I think it's going to come down to a mistake. It's going to come down to another one of these mistakes that these teams someone's going to make. I'm not quite sure who's going to make the damn mistake, but someone's going to make it. Because they're so evenly matched right now. And, yeah, I don't know. How many buybacks? Two buybacks on Super KGE. Still, I think this is the big difference right here. 2 buybacks on KGE, 2 buybacks on Saint Trox. This is going to be where the game is made, because the other important heroes. Well, I guess Zane has a buyback, and he's pretty important. But the other important heroes have no buybacks. So Tempest, Master of Arms, no buybacks. Crimson has 1. Zane has 1, so I guess that evens out. I'm a Boy has no buybacks. So these are all the important heroes in the game. And if they don't have buyback, and these 2 heroes do, I have a feeling that's where the game's gonna be decided. It's gonna be the choice of when to buy back from xanderK and Flynmeister, and it looks like these teams are waiting for this big guy. They're waiting for Kongor. They're waiting patiently for Kongor to come back up. See, they're checking. So you saw that Aluna Snipe checking for a Kongor to respawn. So we're just gonna sit here. No, I'm kidding. We're not just gonna sit here and wait for Kongor to pop up. So Pharaoh still has no items again either, but Pharaoh does have that one buyback, so it's smart for him to save. xanderK's also smart to save since he has a lot of buybacks. He doesn't have, or he has 2 buybacks. But I mean, I'd still maybe you sell your Homecoming Stone and get like a another Beast Heart, something like that. Because I mean, obviously the next item is going to be Heart. Oh well, it could be Barbed Armor actually because he doesn't have one. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see where the teams go with the next items. Definitely going to be very interesting. Obviously, I mean, like, games, mobile games are interesting. I mean, you see, finally, freaking buy it now, son of a bitch. Mobile games are interesting. I mean, so much is put onto the laning phase. You're going to see a pause. I don't know if I have auto skip on. Do I? I don't. Unfortunate. What the hell is the auto skip pause thing? Upsetting. What is it? It's like, it's not CL. Is it? No. Auto, what is it? No, it's something like CG. Is it CG underdash? Oh shit. Pause 1. Nope. I don't know. Come on, stream chat, help me out here. I forget what the auto skip pause thing is. Oh, is it replay? Huzzah! Thank you, sir. So we leave that pause behind because pauses suck. We're going to move on to the rest of this game. So we're over the 60-minute mark now. Oh, Deadwood. Oh, you poor soul, you. Like, you poor sad person. You poor unfortunate soul. Where's Hag? And the worst part is Hag's top. Like, you just saw Hag top. You saw her. She was killing a creep wave. Like, why would you do that? I don't know, he's got 40 seconds left on his shit anyway. It doesn't really matter. So he's going to portal key back to base. Or TP back to base. He's got 1500 gold right now. He does have a buyback, so he does not have it right now, which is unfortunate for him. But, so he's going to need a little bit more farm before he's able to get there. Ugh, jeez. Long cast, long game, 61-minute game. Quite intense for a first game in like freaking year and a half casting. That makes things interesting. But any interesting items pickups? Obviously, we saw Master of Arms buy this item, which made me really mad that he finally bought it. Wretched Hag has a shitload of money built up right now. Does have that one buyback left, but he is, I mean, let's think. He's able to get 2100. I mean, he could definitely get the Blessed Orb right now and be a little bit more tanky, or the Glowstone, and be a little bit more effective in his team fights. But you see Rally here. Rally making the smart choices. Rally's going to get his Behemoth's Heart. Still has enough for a buyback. Probably 2. And as a result, it's going to be really, really difficult to kill in this next team fight. He's got 3,500 gold. Why don't I have mana? I want mana. He's got 3,500 health compared to Legionnaire's 23. And Legionnaire's getting a freaking... Oh, wait, did he just broke up his helm. That's what he did. Okay, so he broke up his helm. He's going to have a... What are you doing, xanderK? You gotta put stuff on the ground for the shenanigans. No, he gets a barbed armor. Why? What happened to his helm? Where's his helm? I don't understand. So now he's less tanky, but has barbed armor. What the hell? Glacius just freaking bought post haste. Oh, this game. This freaking game. Anyway, so the Legion side is looking to push down here. Rebuy on a Shrunken Head from Torture. I do like that decision. He does not have a buyback, so he does not need it. Torture also has a Behemoth's Heart as well, so he is tanky. This Torture is 3,100 health. He's got, you know, ton of armor. How much armor does he have? 35 freaking armor from Torturer. And is he even standing near... Is he standing near Legionnaire? He is. So he does have that extra bonus as well. So hard to kill Torturer right now. So difficult to kill, and that will make a huge difference. Obviously, Torturer, one of those heroes that just the longer he's in the fight, the more obnoxious damage he does, and that is going to be a big deal in this upcoming fight. Looking for some kind of a kill. Tempest, portal keys in, drops the meteor, not able to find anything. Tempest just bought something. I didn't see what it was. He does have no money, and he had a lot of money, so I hope it was a refresher. Is it? It is a null stone? I guess null stone... I mean, it saves him from Decapitate, it saves him from Charge, it saves him from... Agonizing Bombs, which doesn't really count. Saves him from Freeze and from Deadwind Punch. I mean, it saves him from a lot of stuff, but at the same time, like, oh, here we go, here's Glacius trying to pick off a Glacius here is Rally, and they are going to be able to do it. The Boundai goes down. Here comes the fight that we're looking for. Legionnaire going to get Tempest ultimated. This Tempest ultimate, pretty good duration, but it is going to fall because he doesn't have a Shrunken Head right now, and it looks like the Hellborn team is in pretty good shape, only losing one right now. They still have a lot of heroes up, and a lot of the Legion team is pretty low. Rally doing a lot of damage, trying to take out this Torturer. Torturer dropping pretty quickly, but Rally is as well. Rally does have Rally is, you know, this really close team fight right now. Deadwood's going to be dropping here. Rally going to be able to get the kill here. And Wretched Hag goes down as well, so it looks like the Hellborn team is going to go out with a 3-for-2 hero exchange, even though they're all really low. Well, except for freaking Legionnaire, because he's so badass. They're all really low, but they are going to be able to get a Kongor out of this. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Are they? The only hero that is dead that could have a buyback is Hag. Not going to waste it on a Kongor attempt. Oh, there's the Pharaoh ultimate. Going to try and pick off Rally here. Rally going to compel himself out. Legionnaire gets the charge. And is he going to be able to get the neutral creeps as well? That actually makes a big difference. He is, and maybe get an extra spin. Not going to get any freaking spins, but the Hellflower is going to be really effective. The stun from Tempest is going to be able to push Legionnaire back. But maybe it actually is going to be a little bit more here. Wretched Hag coming in. Does Wretched Hag have a backblast? No, but Legionnaire is going to die anyway. Legionnaire does have a does not have a buyback. He spent his money. He does not have a buyback. Kongor is still up. There is very little damage done on Kongor. DC Tilla does have a ward here, so he's going to be able to see that out. There is a Flintsmeister did finally finish his freaking Ice Brand, and Hag now has a Frostwolf Skull as well. So a big swing again in the favor of the Legion team. Thank you. I believe that I am pretty chill as well. A big swing again in favor of the Legion team. Tempest now has that null stone, which again is super cool. Would really like to see, I don't know, a Shrunken Head, I don't know, a refresher, I don't know, anything. These team fights have been really hectic. He did get a decent Tempest ultimate off in the last fight, which was, most of the duration. But I mean, at the same time, I guess, getting a Shrunken Head wouldn't do that much, now that I'm thinking about it. I would like to see a refresher. But anyway, so here's Rally coming in. Gonna use the Seismic Slam. It does go through Glacius, Glacius Ice Imprisonment. I don't know if you know that, but it does. So he did finish it on Torture. Not really doing a lot of damage, though. The stun coming out from someone. Luna, I saw. Deadwood in trouble, trying to clear cut through the trees. Not able, lots of TPs. He's gonna die. So Bag in a Box takes a fall again. He's 2-9. Really unfortunate for Bag in a Box. Not having the game he really would want to. He definitely should have been a little bit more effective in the early game, but unable to do so. But this puts Lions in a great spot right now. They do have, let's see. So they have one buyback on St. Trox, which he does not have. They have no buybacks on Emma Boy, no buybacks on Bag in a Box. So a push right now, especially if they can kill this Torturer who's out. They are back a little bit. They are trying to get this Kongor kill, so Kongor seems to be more important to them right now. I feel like if they were aggressive right there, and if they were able to kill Torturer, that would have been Rack's middle lane. But Pharaoh here, being really careful. Pharaoh did not use his buyback yet. He does have it. It's 3,100 gold. Lots of portal keys. Where are they even going? Okay, here we go. So Legionnaire's up here.
Portal Keyed in, trying to get someone. Rallying a little bit of trouble. Pharaoh's got that ultimate off on him, but Master of Arms now is actually going to start doing some damage. That Torturer is dropping very quickly, standing in the Tempest Meteor, not very good right now. Pharaoh is still in some trouble. Deadwood's still not being very effective. He does have that shrunken head up, trying to finish off Master of Arms. He's really close to getting him, not able to do it. He's going to live thanks to Aluna's help. And you know, the Hellborn team, really great spot right now. Aluna now going to be in trouble. She's going to feed. Immediately, gonna die. Bound Eye on the ground. Gonna be picked up by someone, presumably Pharaoh, since he has the slot. Or they're just gonna leave it there. Maybe gonna kill it. I don't know. And, you know, whatever. Flensbuster's dead. So now the Hellborn team suddenly takes control. And even though they're behind in Golden Experience, they are not in a good spot right now. There is no buyback on Flensmeister. There is no buyback on Seal Kid. There is no buyback on Handskin. The only two heroes that are up are Krebson and Super KGE. And while those are two of their most important heroes, they are going to lose a Rax for this. They're just going to lose one. They're going to lose at least one lane of Rax. They do have a nice push in the middle lane as well, so it's very possible they could lose 2 lanes of Rax here. There is not going to be any heroes up for quite some time. Rally being very daring at the moment. Very daring. They don't have a Deadwood to worry about, so that's not that big of a deal, but they do have a Pharaoh, who, even though he's low health, does not care. One of the greatest things about Pharaoh, you just have this level of I don't get, excuse my language, this level of I don't give a fuck. Here's Rally coming in with the portal key, gonna compel onto 2 heroes, try and stop the push a little bit. They're still gonna lose this tower. They already lost the top lane here. Rally getting Glacius Ice imprisoned. Nothing really gonna happen from it though. He gets Hellflowered, so he can't compel, and the Hellborn team's gonna get out. Nice power throw. Hit Deadwood. Uh-oh. Anyway, so now the Legion team is back up. And I just ruined everything. Just ruined everything. Oh, well. Well, I don't have sound, but you do. So, that's positive. So, I'm just going to deal with that for a little while. So, anyway. So, we have a Hellflower getting picked up on Rally. Another really good item for him, for sure. This Kongor is, like, becoming a really big point of interest right now. This is gonna be where the game is basically decided. You've seen the Legion side think about grouping up. Master of Arms still has not really a lot of items, which is kind of unfortunate. He's only at 293 GPM. I mean, that's your problem right there. Oop, oop, oop. Fighting? No. Torture Illusion. Anyway, so Master of Arms really is not effective at this point in the game. He was able to do some nice damage to Torture in the last fight, thanks to his illusions and some lockdown, but right now, you know, without any meaningful damage item at the moment. I mean, cool, you know, Nullifier Blade helps, but, like, not having a thing like a Savage Mace or a Frostwolf Skull, or anything, really. Right now, it's all about Wretched Hag. It's all about Wretched Hag, and it's all about this rally. Those are your two heroes for the Legion team, and they have a lead in experience, not a lead in gold. They are a little bit behind in gold, and he puts his freaking helm back. Like, what is this? What is the reason for this? But we're running low on buybacks now. We're reaching that time in the game where it is really important to watch for buybacks. Now, Torturer does have his own. Now, his Torturer is farmed to shit right now. He's 500 DPM. He's 6 slotted at this point. He's got every item you could ever want. And this guy is going to start. He's going to start taking names. I mean, he's been really strong all game. He's obviously 8-3, 8-3 and 13. Really, really great game coming here from I'm a Boy on Torturer. But he's going to be such a tremendous problem right now. Like, he's tanky. He's got 3,600 freaking health. He's got 2 major slows coming out here. He's got the Sheep Stick, of course, for the disable. And he's got a goddamn post haste, so he moves like lightning fast. Oh, a miss snipe from Pharaoh. That looked like more like a guess than anything else. But as a result, it looks like the Legion team is going to be aggressive. They do lose the Pharaoh snipe, so that is a big part of their initiation. Aluna is being like stupendously aggressive. Why are you leading, Aluna? You can get sneezed on and die. You got 1,500 health. Bye, Aluna. Bye, Aluna. Bye. Bye-bye. Wow, Aluna actually is going to live. Anyway, so Torture is in a little bit of trouble here, but here comes the Hellborn team. That Legionnaire, that Deadwood all out here. Glacia's ultimate as well, but the Legion team in a little bit of trouble, but Wretched Hag is still in this fight. Wretched Hag looking to put some damage on a Legionnaire. Legionnaire dropping kind of low. Wretched Hag gets stunned by Torture. Here comes that Torture damage I was talking about, but the Tempest ultimate does get canceled really quickly. And it's unfortunate that Fair ultimate was up and it was used, so they do get a kill onto Aluna and onto Master of Arms. Master of Arms in trouble. Legionnaire dropping really low. Wretched Hag gonna die to that Decapitate. Tempest in trouble as well. The Hellborn team in a great spot, and they are going to be able to take 4 heroes down for their none. No heroes die. And there's the GG well played. 72-minute game. No problem. Justice League able to finish this game off. Vote to concede from the Legion team. This barracks is going to go down. They could, whatever. They basically have ability to do whatever they want. So this is good game. And congrats to Justice League. They are able to take out Lions in the first game of this best of 3. Again, this is from the GSL Qualifier number 2. This is the round of 16, so this is a replay cast from earlier this week. But congratulations to Justice League in this game 1. Really exciting game, I think, from both teams. A ton of kills, 67 kills in this game. And we're going to move on to game 2. I'm going to shut down the stream for a minute to do that, but I will be right back with game 2. Okay, guys, I'll be right back.